Hi guys, hopefully I've got this all set up so that you can see me spinning today. I'm actually just finishing off some plying at the moment, but I will get on with some spinning once I've got this plied up. I've had this sat here for a while and I need to get it used and get it off of here so I can actually spin some more. So I thought I'll finish the plying and then we'll do a bit of spinning today. Hopefully the sound is alright and you can all hear me. Let me know if you can't. At some point I will have music on in the background. I've got some to do thanks to Holly, but I haven't got round to sorting it out yet. So I'm afraid it's just going to be natural sounds in my squeaky chair for the day. But we will get there. So this is stuff I spun back in October last year, but I haven't had a chance to get off my wheel. And this was a merino and silk and mint fibre, if I remember correctly, which I bought from No Moths Allowed at the summer wool show in the September of last year. So I have my singles and I'm just getting them plied up. Hoping you can see that. There's a lot of stuff in the background on here, but I can't change that, I'm afraid. But The plying's really easy, we're just letting it twist together, so this bit's going to be reasonably quick, but I do have 200 grams to get plied up, so we're just going to have to let it. I'm sorry if you can hear the squeak in my chair, not much I can do about it. Now I've got my hearing aids, I can actually hear the squeak in my chair. I didn't know it squeaked so badly before, no one had mentioned. But hopefully it won't be too much of an annoyance for you. I wonder if my stool would be less squeaky. Should we try my stool a minute and see if that's less squeaky? That's really squeaky. Let's try that. Shall we see how that goes? Oh, that's a bit better, isn't it? That's less of a squeak. Now you can just hear the wheel. I'm hoping Twitch keeps the correct makers and crafting label. I put it on 2 times today, and the second I went live it went straight back to Jigsaw, but I changed it again right at the beginning, so I'm hoping it sticks this time and it stops trying to say I'm doing Jigsaws. I don't know why it keeps changing the category back to Jigsaws. If anyone knows what I'm doing wrong there, please do let me know. So this wool has slumps in it, so there's thick and thin bits in it. That is intentional. It's not my favourite type of yarn to spin, but with this particular yarn it was designed to have that. That was how it was, the fibre was designed. Probably not going to talk a huge amount over this because the repetitive sound of the spinning wheel is just relaxing. And I just like listening to it, and I know others do as well. But if someone asks a question or wants to chat, I will. Hey Ivy, hiya Ivy, how you doing? What have you been up to today? Do let me know if you can hear all right. I don't know if there's a way that I can face the computer so I don't have to keep turning around while keeping this in camera, because the upper camera is in a awkward position because it's designed for when I'm filming tutorials. Not for this. I might see if I can turn around in a minute, see if that works. You can hear me. Ah, brilliant. I always do a test run, but sometimes when I go live, things just like decide they don't want to work for me. Like I do have my mic through my vision board, but for some reason it's no longer working through my vision board, so I have to do it separately. Something hypnotic about spinning, isn't there? My husband often just sits and watches, and I love watching people spin myself. I just find it so relaxing. See if I can change my angle ever so slightly while keeping you guys in camera. And not knocking the step ladder over, which is good. I'm in a tight spot here, so it's a bit hard to see. Right. Let's try that. If that works, and what I can do is shift the cameras a bit. So if we shift that one down there, and then we move the media box. Make it a bit smaller and shift that way. How's that? How's that for you? And then I can see the chat a bit better. Right, so I just need to re-angle this one, don't I? Two down. About there, do you? How's that? There you go. How's that do you? A bit better? Did I switch that over? I didn't. Oops. Switch that over. There we go. Oh, you can see the step ladder in the background there. Just, I need the step ladder to reach the above head camera. I'm too short to reach it while it's up there. Just realised I forgot to put live notification. I've got a neon sign that I put over in the lounge so the boys know that I'm live, so they don't make noise when they come in. And just realised I've forgotten to put it on. Oops, never mind. What I'll do is when I'm on a break or something, I'll quickly put it on. I don't think they'll be back for a little bit yet. You been up to much today, Ivy? I've been filming a bead weaving tutorial, so that will be coming out soon. I've also got a jigsaw puzzle video to finish editing. My angle is slightly different in this stool, so my wheel keeps shifting ever so slightly. But the yarn I'm hoping to get a chance to spin today is up behind me. I don't know if you can see it just above my head. There's a neon fibre. That's what I'm hoping to get done today if I get this off the bobbins, because I only have 2 bobbins that, well, I have 3 bobbins, 1 on the wheel and 2 that are currently holding the 2 I'm plying, and that's all my bobbins, so I can't spin anything more until I get this off the bobbins. Rhythm correct there, that won't move. I've already spun half of the neon up I want. I've been playing with a white yarn, so I've got one done, which I can show you in a minute, but I need to get the other one done. I'm going to have to really fill up this bobbin because there's still quite a lot left on these 2 bobbins here. And I don't want to make too many skeins, so I'm going to have to try to really fill this one up to its max before it's taken off onto the niddy noddy. I'll show you you can see this. I still have, which way? That way. There's still quite a bit on the bobbins. And this bobbin is getting quite full, so I'm going to have to squish it quite well to get them on. I'm surprised how much is still on the bobbins, considering how much I've got on here. Well, we'll get there. But yeah, the next one I plan on spinning is this one. So this, I already have 2 skeins of it because I've already done 100 grams that way. But what it is, I think my finger's disappeared. You can see up here, it's just this neon fibre here, which was from the threshing barn, but I applied it with a white after I spun it. So I want to get that finished, so I can start making my projects with it. Which means I've got to get the stuff off of this so that I can actually use the bobbins to spin instead of just plying. So I thought today I'll do that. So I was initially going to do the bead weaving on camera today, but I thought no, I'd rather get this done so I can get back to my spinning, because I miss being able to spin, and this has been waiting since October for me to get done. And I need to get a bunch of yarn dyed up ready for the next wool show, which is the Sodbury Yarn Over near Bristol, Chipping Sodbury. That's April 12th and 13th, I think it is. It's Saturday and Sunday. So I need to get stuff made for that. So I've got to dye up yarn, and I need to get some more mugs and bags and things done. And I need to check my stitch markers, see if I need to refill them, because we sold quite a few at the Christmas wool show. That's the one I did in Birmingham last year. So I really should be doing that, which is why this has been left to the side. But I want to do it. I want to spin, so I have to get this done. And I can spend the weekend dyeing the yarns. I can have Duncan's help then, because I need help with rinsing it and washing it anyway. So now I can sit and do this. I'm hoping to film the dyeing of the yarn so that you guys can see it being done, but we'll just have to wait and see space in the garage, because Duncan is still doing his woodwork, making his crochet hooks, which we now have 2 sizes of. Now they're both the same size handle, but we have the hook part is now a long and a short, so that you can decide which one you prefer working with. I don't want to take it much further past that point because it will start popping off, but I can fill up this middle point more. Oh, 2 secs guys, got to deal with a spammer in chat. I think Siri wants done it for TikTok and for Twitch, but I need to just remove them from Restream. There we go, blocked them. Always gotta block these people. I don't know why they do it. It's not like they're gonna actually get anywhere, because I'm just gonna block them, which is what everyone does. So it's just a waste of their time. If you get the timing right, your wheel won't walk. But I'm tired and in pain, and so my timing is a little off, so my wheel is walking every so often, so I just have to pull it back. But it doesn't affect the spin, it's fine. It still plies nicely and it still spins nicely. Oh, these buttons still look like I barely touched them. Must have really filled them up. But I only bought 200 grams of the stuff. I've got 2 lots of fibre, 2 fibre braids. So there shouldn't be that much more of it. I hoped one day to afford an electric spinner. I've never quite liked doing it by hand like this, but when my legs are like this and they're tired and they're not rhythming correctly, or they just don't want to move at all, an electric one would be really quite nice. think the wheel could do with a little tightening up. The foot pedal keeps shifting on me. I don't know if you can hear the little click every so often when it shifts. And I don't have the screwdrivers on me to do it right now. Look how much more we can get on here. There's a little bit more on that end one as well. I think we're at the top there. We're not going to put too much more on there. Got a tiny little space to put some more there. So I think we're going to just jump down and try to fill up those a little bit more. Try to get some more off of these bottoms. And then we'll transfer this to the Niddy Noddy and start the next one. think that's safely as much as we're going to get on there. I still have quite a bit left on the bobbins, but it's looking not quite so full now. I was a little worried about how full it was, but it's not so bad now. So hopefully the rest will fit on the next bobbin. Well, back on this bobbin once I've taken it off. So I'm going to want to just take this off with the scissors. Normally I just snap it, but I ain't got enough strength in me today. So I'm going to leave that bit there. And then this we're going to now put onto, I'm going to reduce the tension on it so there's not tension, so it basically spins free because that's easier to do. So, need a bit of a drink. So, in case you're wondering what I keep referring to as a niddy noddy, that is this. It is basically a long stick with ends on that are opposite angles. One's horizontal, one is vertical. And this is what we create our loops on. And they're really easy to use, even though they look a little complicated. I'm going to stand up to do this, so it's just better. You're going to take the yarn, you're going to wrap it over that one, down and around over there, back up and over the next one. So you started there, we're now here, down, round onto the next one, we've already done that one, and then we go back up to the beginning. And we're just basically creating a big loop. And you do this over and over again until it's full. Try not to have it hooked around your thing there. And these are what creates the hanks or the skeins of yarn. Once we've got it on here, I'll tie it off, take it off, and I'll twist it up for now, but once I've got both done, they both have to be washed, which basically is just soaking in water, gently wringing out, and that sets the twist, so it won't come untwisted on you. Because if I take the weight off here, you can see there's like little kinks in the yarn. There's not much on this because this is a pretty balanced weave. Spin, but you can see there is like a little kink. You want to see how it twists up on itself. The setting of the yarn by washing it or soaking it will take those kinks out and make it fully balanced if you've spun it right. Sometimes you might have to thwack it or snap it a little, which is just snapping it between your hands, going like that in the circle, or giving it a little whack against the surface just to kind of shock the spring out of it. But that's only if you've got a really heavy spun one. I've only really had to do thwacking and snacking when I've spun singles, because they don't get the twist took out as much when you're plying it. When you ply, you spin the opposite way, and that reduces how much twist is in it. A single, which is something like the first you spin, but before you've plied it, that's got a lot of twisting in. If you're spinning singles to use as singles, you often need to thwack it, snap it to get the extra bounce out of it and balance it out a little more. Hope that makes sense. At some point I will do some tutorial videos breaking down how you do all of this and give better explanations with closer images and things. But for those who are wondering just now, hopefully that answers your questions slightly. So feel free to ask any more and I'll try to answer them. I'm still a reasonably beginner spinner, so I'm not an expert or anything. I've been spinning, I did my craft group for 3 years, so though I've had my spinning wheel for probably about 14 years at this point, I actually hadn't been taught how to use it properly until I started my craft group about 3 years ago. And that's when some lovely ladies who spin came along and they taught me how to use it. So I've only been spinning for about 3 years. So the thinner you spin your yarn, the longer this takes. I'm a little tired doing it, so until as I get tired, I then start messing up a little. It's not that it's a tiring job, it's just I suffer from fatigue, so repetitive motions like this quickly wear me out. Okay, so now we are at the point that's joined onto the bobbin, so I'm going to want to not drop the other bit while we snip that off. And that'll be attached to the thing. Okay, so now we want to tie this, but we want to make sure we tie it without it getting twisted. I think I'm going to try tying it after I've taken it off, because sometimes I get a little twisted otherwise. Take it off, we're just going to slide it off, but it can be a little stiff to start with, but it comes off. Just sliding off. Make sure you're grabbing incorrectly, so you're grabbing one side and keeping that loop, and then we just take it off. That's now created the loop. So I'm going to hook it around my arm a minute, so I might be off camera just while I do this. Just around the arm of my chair so that I can tie it without it falling apart on me, because we don't want it to fall apart. It's really a two-person job, this part. There we go. So now it's all tied, and we've got our loop. We're just going to twist it up, so I'm keeping one hand inside, if I can get that right. Where are we going? That way. There we go. One hand inside the loop there, and then just one finger in the loop there as I twist it round until you got reasonable twist, not too tight. You don't want it to think of it, just twist, and then find something like the arm of a chair to hold on the middle, to bend it in half, and you're gonna hook one end through the other. Just give it a little thing to even it out. Now, hopefully, I've remembered to keep a tag in my drawer here. There should be one here. What do I do with my tag? There you are. So, got a tag. It's just a zip tie, which I'm going to poke through that hole, and that means that when I untwist it, I'll have a tag through the middle of the hole and I'll know exactly where it is. But I can now leave that like that until I've done the next one, and then I can wash them. So I'm going to pop that on the table. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to wind this back up and try and make sure you get it the right way round. So, because it's one way for spinning and one way for flying. So just wind that up so you don't have too much of it. If you were starting fresh, this bit would come out through the orifices, but because we've already tacked this bit in, just give it a little bit more space there. I'm just gonna give it a little tie. Not tight, just kind of a lock it in place sort of tie. I can do it without putting too much of a knot in it. There. Just so that you can then wrap it around like that. And so that's attached. And I wrapped it the wrong way, look at that. See, this is what I mean about wrapping it the right way. Because I'm going that way, this is spinning the other way, so I need to do it that way. I do that every time. One day I'll get it right. Okay, try that again. Okay, put some tension back into the bobbin, and then we can pull it through, you see. And that's pulling it too much, that's too much tension. That's now pulling it through to start again. So a little too much tension there. There we go. That just starts all again. And then you'll move this backwards and forwards like we were doing before, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a short break just to put my sign up before the boys come back, so I'll be back in a second, okay? Hey guys, we're back. just needed to put the on-air sign in that I'd forgotten to put on. So, hi Cheryl. Sorry, I disappeared just as you came, didn't I? Very rude of me. Sorry, I forgot to put my on-air sign that I have down in the lounge. So the boys knew that when they come home not to be loud or anything, so I had to put it on, and that way I don't know what time they're home today, so I wanted to make sure that I've done that. So it's now done, but I'm just plying up this yarn from October so that I can get on with spinning the rest of my yarn. So I'm trying to work my way through that. So I just need to see what that was. How are you doing anyway, Cheryl? I am still working on my cross stitch. I just haven't done any of it on camera. I will get it done soon, hopefully. I'm just very inability to get things done at the moment. Just trying to... I'd realised I'd forgotten to share my stream stuff. Hopefully. There we go. How are people supposed to come and watch if I don't actually share? I'm a bit silly. It's got an automatic setup on my Discord to share, but I hadn't shared to a couple of other places. But hopefully I've got the angles back in the right place for you guys. So the first few rounds of this pulls it in really fast because it's just starting with the lower. It wraps up faster because it's not got as far to go. I'm not very good at explaining this, but it stopped pulling against me so much as it's got the first layer or so on. I'm doing alright, thanks, Jeff. A little tired and in pain, so everything's a bit higgledy-piggledy, but you know, that's about normal for me. I hope you're doing alright. Have you got much done? Been doing lots of crafting? Or has being an adult and having to work and things got in the way? Quite funny, we spend our lives trying to grow up so we can do things, then when we get to growing up we realise we can't do the things we want to do and we want to be a child again. I think my thing might be coming slightly loose, but that's a little rattly. Check that in a second. Oh, you're spinning on a spindle. Nice. What are you spinning? This is a merino silk mint fibre, I think it is. I know it's definitely merino and mint. I think it was silk as well. I still need to practice more with my drop spindle spinning because I am still not good at that. But I will get there eventually, you know, practice makes progress. I still put the drop in drop spindle right now. I think I'll be better off with the supported spindles. Don't actually know what I'm going to make with this yet. Because I only have the 200 grams, give or take, of the fibre. So I think with how full these bobbins are, it's a little more than 200 grams. But it's not going to make a massive thing, so I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. I might put it together with something else. Don't know if I've got any hand-spun colours that would go quite nice with it. I've got a texture green one there, that might do the job. I don't know, I'll have to check and compare sizes to see what weight I spun the other one. I might just make myself a really big chunky scarf with it. It'll be nice and cosy in the autumn and winter months. Ooh, nice. Have you got any plans for it, or is it Sorry, heard something, got distracted. I'm like a magpie, aren't I? Yeah, have you got any plans for it, or are you just spinning it for the fun of spinning it and then you'll see something come up with it later? Most of mine's just no plans, I just kind of spin it and see what I fancy with it later. Though pink's my favourite colour, green is my next. I love green, and if you ever take part in board games with me, you'll find I have green as my character every time, because I absolutely love green. It's considered my lucky colour, and my birthstone is emerald, so if you're into that sort of thing. Whereas my mum really dislikes green. I think it's probably why I like green so much, because my mum really disliked it, so we never really had anything green growing up. Whereas she loves pink, so we had a lot of pink. Morning cloudy and cool. It's quite cloudy here, and it is a little cold. We've got the heating on and I've got a hoodie on, just trying to stay warm. It's definitely been colder here, but it's still pretty cold. But for me, it is currently 3:34 in the afternoon. No real plans. I feel a bit like me then, we just spin up and see what we fancy after. I think that's part of the fun though, because I think when you spin with a specific plan, for me personally, I get a little stressed of trying to make sure it's the perfect weight for it. So, you know, making sure I guaranteed that I spin DK weight or Allen weight or lace weight or whatever. Whereas if I just spin it how the yarn fibre feels like it wants to be spun, and then I find a project for it after, I don't feel so stressed about it. It's 9:34 in the morning for you. Also, it's pretty early then for you, just getting your day started. I always forget just how far on the time zone you are away from me. So it's kind of almost opposites for morning and evenings. Not quite, but close. You spin lace. Nice. I've spun a few lace over the years, but I mainly do more 4-ply and DK at the moment. But I think I need to start spinning more lace. But I'd like to get back to making like cobweb lace shawls, like what do you call it? The wedding ring shawls. They're so fine that they fit through the wedding ring. I used to enjoy really making them, so I'd like to get back to making some of them again. But it's been a long time. So I've only ever spun a few lace, and they were singles because at the time when I done it, I was not capable of spinning thin enough to do a 2-ply and still have it come out lace. But I've definitely got better and more improved. You know, practice and progress. Please do share some photos of your spinning in the Facebook group, or if you want to join the Discord, I can give you a link for the Discord and you can share in there. The Discord's still really new, so there's not a lot going on in it, but my son's sharing all his Warhammer stuff in there so that I can then pop that in videos for all the Warhammer stuff me and him have been doing. These two bobbins finally look like I'm actually getting somewhere with them. I do love that my spinning's got better, that I'm getting thinner and thinner yarn when I spin, but my god, it takes so long to then ply it together. As you can probably see, this has got a few slubs in it. This was a very textured fibre braid when I got it. I post it on Facebook. Perfect. Now I'm nosy. I'm so nosy, aren't I? But I love seeing what everyone's working on, so it's really cool. I know the Facebook group's quiet. I really should post more in it, but I kind of forget to take photos to post what I've been up to. I think I need to start trying to remember to take at least one photo a day and share what I've been up to in the groups, I think. Both the Discord and my Facebook. And my Instagram, because I'm terrible at posting on that too. I should know better. Problem is, everyone's got such busy lives, no one really has time to sit and chat, so the groups go pretty quiet. Slipping forward and out of that camera there. There we go, how's that? You tell me if I slip forward and go out of the camera. Oh yeah, hour or so in, so yeah, we should have time to start the spinning today as well. Awesome. I'm hoping from now on, every Thursday between 2 and 5, give or take because I'm always running late, will be a crafting video, a crafting live. Both on YouTube and Twitch, and every Tuesday will be a Jigsaw Puzzle Games live on YouTube and Twitch, and then I'm hoping at least one more time during the week, depending on what I've got on for that week, to do another live with another craft or another game or something, depending on how I'm feeling. So I'd like to try to go live at least 3 times a week, if not 4. because it's nice to be able to sit and chat and see what you're doing all the time. It's nice doing my videos, but it's just nice to be able to chat to you all as well, you know? What will I be making with this? I honestly don't know exactly what I'm going to do with it yet. I'm thinking at the moment that I might do a nice chunky scarf for autumn winter, because I don't have a lot of it. Only 200-ish grams. But I might see if I've got anything else that I've got spun that would go with it to make it into something else. But at the moment, probably a scarf. But we'll have to wait and see. So I've got a whole bunch of spun behind me there that's going to be making cardigans for myself. Not anything spectacular, you know, just like basic hex cardigans and things like that. Just nice simple projects. But I haven't really made any solid plans on what I'm doing with the rest of my fibre yet. I need to take a little stretch and fluid break for a second. Stretch out my arms and my back and have a little drink. We'll get to the end of moving this and then I'll take a little break. Not a proper break, not a BRB or anything, just literally stretch, grab a bit of a drink and then get back on with it. Trying to be very good and reduce my craft supplies, so I'm trying to only have like one QPL of fibre, one of hand spun, one of hand dyed stuff, and just use that, and then as I use it I can replace it, because I don't have a lot of space because I do so many different crafts, and then my jigsaw puzzle collection is becoming quite vast. You can see some of it behind me there, but that's not actually all of it. There's another shelf that you can see the beads and that on. The bottom two shelves are also jigsaw puzzles, and then there's a bunch underneath the table. So between my craft collection and my jigsaw collection, I've got to wheedle things down a little and get it a little more narrowed down and reduced. Which in the long run means I'll finally get around to doing the tutorials I needed for all my bead stuff. I don't know if you can tell, but this is all beads, these ones, and they were all for doing bead weaving and tutorials and things and making jewellery, some of which I had videos planned for, and I just never had the time to do it. So I'm trying this year to make more time to do these things. Which is why at some point this year there will be a proper video explaining all the parts of a spinning wheel and how you use it and how the basic spinning begins. And there will be a tutorial on how to use a basic tutorial on the rigid heel looms as well. Similar to the tutorial I have on the Inkle loom. Breaking down to the very, very basics, all the components, that sort of stuff. So people can understand what it is they're working with, and if someone tells them to do something on the tutorial, they know what component somebody's on about, you know. I might not be able to give you expert advice on how to create certain things, because like I can't do coil and art yarn on this wheel. It's an old wheel, so it's not capable of doing it. But I can give you the basics of spinning, and then you can then transfer that over to doing your art yarns and things on people like them. I'm not a huge art yarn fan. It's fun to spin and see them done, but I never find a use for them. You have two wheels, oh nice. Which wheels do you have? This is an Ashford Traditional from, I want to say about 1975, but I'm not entirely sure because it's got some components that seem to be a little older than what the pictures say for that year, and some components for a little older, younger. Which way round? Some are closer to the 70s and some parts are more like from the 80s. So I'm guessing this is one of their transition wheels as they were changing things around or something. Like positionings of where the tension is and what shape the spokes are on the wheel, that sort of stuff. So I don't know the exact age, but it is an Ashford Traditional for sure. I really want electric. I don't want the nano electrics. I'm actually after the Ashford, what's it called, Country E-Spinner 3. That's what I'm after. But of course, as you know, they're very expensive, so it's got to wait, and it's got to be saved up until I can buy that. Same with, I want to get a drum carder, but again, very expensive, so that's got to wait until I can save as well. Until then, I have a extra large blending board my husband built me. That means that I can do full 100 grams on the blending board in one go, which is how I created my bats for the shop. Though none of the bats are on the shop because I've decided to do hand-dyed bats rather than bats from manufactured yarn that I can buy in, fibre that I can buy in. As much as I love the fibre you can buy in to make them, I just want them to be unique, so I'll dye up my own fibre. So that's got to wait until I've got more time. Double wheel drive wheel. See, I've never used the double, but I've seen them. They look fascinating to me. And you've got a Louet. Ooh, nice. Ah, oh, they need good wheels. I'd originally wanted to save to get one of those ones that you can, like a Louet or something, that you can put into the bags, like a little rucksack bag, to travel with. I thought they were quite cool, but with my legs being the way they are nowadays, I think an electric's my better investment, so that way I don't have to stop spinning when my legs don't want to work well. But I expect the electric's going to be a whole learning curve because everything's going to be different. Because at least with this I can feel and I can guess the tension and all that that's going through, and it's kind of intuitive. And the electric's not going to have that. So I don't know what it's going to be like to use. I'm sure it'll be fine once I get used to it. I'd say the end is in sight, but we've still got quite a bit on the bobbins, so the end is not in sight. I can't actually remember if I switched this over yet. No, let's switch it over. I do that, I kind of forget where I got to. Oh, I was supposed to take a little stretch break, wasn't I, before I went backwards. God, I forgot. Oh, my shoulders and my arms start to really hurt, so it kind of... There was a time I couldn't get my arms this high, which has been rather nice. Duncan's been helping me stretch them out every night because my movement was restricted and I couldn't get them past that point. But now I can get up there. So, just gotta keep moving, keep working. That's what my pain clinic said, just remember to take breaks and stretch and loosen up and then get back at it. Don't overdo it. Wondering how long it'll take to get used to these hearing aids though, because they do hurt a little. I'm hoping a week or so and they'll be good. I've only had them since Monday, so it's still a little painful to wear at the moment. But hopefully in a week they won't hurt so much. My ears won't be so delicate. Because I'm a delicate little flower. No, I'm just overly sensitive to pain, which is a pain in the butt. Hope you can't hear how much my body clicks when I move. Hoping I'm far enough away from the mic. Right, let's get back at it, shall we? Definitely need to tighten this up. You probably can hear the clicking where it's shifting a little. So I have to deal with that tonight, ready for the next time I use it. Duncan's actually going out to help our middle son do some car work tonight, so I'll have time to sit and craft and do stuff to get it all tightened up, I think. One of the bobbins is starting to look really worked down now. The other one's still got a bit more, so we might have to do a little bit of doubling over to finish off. But we definitely do have an end in sight now. Head, it's in my nose. Normally I have headbands on to keep my hair out of my face. I'm finding that they rub against the hearing aids, so I need to find a better way to wear them. Ooh, muffin for breakfast. Nice. What sort of muffin did you have? I know lots of people love blueberry muffins for breakfast, but I really don't like blueberry muffins. I just don't like berries, that's my main problem. The sort of muffin I have is a British McDonald's muffin. You know, bacon and egg muffin. I'm always fascinated by the breakfast muffins, the, you know, cake style sort of ones, as I call them. But I only ever see blueberry ones, and I don't do blueberry. Every time I put my arm forward, my shoulder clicks. It hurts. I'm old and falling apart. Homemade. This is one of the plain whole wheat homemade. Oh, nice! Nothing beats homemade. If you have a recipe you're willing to share, please put it in the Facebook group. I would love to try making my own ones. Yeah, we're definitely going to have one bobbin empty before the other on this. Which is about normal for me. Actually, I might do a little bit more on there when I finish that bit off, and then I won't want to come back to it. It looks pretty full there. You turn there, and it's not so much full. It makes no sense. There's obviously a chunky slump or something on the other side. But we'll leave it there because I don't want to overfill it on one side. Really do need tightening up. I think my rule's protesting that its use hasn't been cared for. I haven't oiled it for a little while, you know, actually to be fair, so I probably should oil it soon too. It's the problem, because it's been sat there since October and not really used. I think I managed to do one small amount to start this applying, but oh, when I did that, maybe December, I can't remember. But that's about it on it, I've not really touched it. I can hear squirrels and keep chopping moss onto my conservatory. It keeps distracting me. What am I using for laser cane? I have an old one that came with the wheel. So, I don't know if that's an Astrid one or what, I don't know. It's got no signage on it, so just an old one that came with it. Do I need to turn that over? No, I don't. Sometimes I'm tempted by those tension lazy cakes you can get, but sometimes these spin a little out of control if I've got a high bounce yarn. But I don't know how much of a difference they make. Almost finished one of the bobbins, but definitely got plenty left on the other bobbins, so we are going to have to do some creative winding to get to the end. I don't really want to switch to chain ply partway through a skein. You don't have one for the thin one. Yeah, this one's really simple. It's literally just a plank of wood, two wood rods, and then some metal rods through it. So really basic and simple, easy to make. And so it came with this wheel, so it's very old, but I don't know what sort it is. But I think once I get some more bobbins, I'm going to get Dunk to make me some bobbins. Once I get some more, I'll probably get him to make me a second lazy cake, so that I have somewhere to store them. I know I could just buy the bobbins, but if Duncan makes them, he can make them out of pretty wood for me, and then I can have pretty colours. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I've got to the end. Get it off. Let's cut it. I ain't got no strength today. I really need to sharpen these scissors. They are so blunt, it's ridiculous. But I've got to the end of one bobbin and the other one's still got quite a bit on, so we're going to have to wind off and turn it into a middle feed so I can then finish doing the plying with it. Just wind that up so it's out of the way. Don't like doing this, but needs must. Keep some tension on it. I know most people do some kind of figure 8 thing on their hand. I can't do it, so I just do it this way. I don't know how I've ended up with such a difference. Normally I don't have quite this much of a difference on my 2 bobbins. Normally it's just a tiny little bit that I can quickly just wrap off and be done with. But this is quite a chunk of difference. I'm guessing the 2 braids weren't quite of equal size. There's a lot on this. I refuse to waste it. Yeah, exactly. That's what I do. Apply it all. I don't like wasting. But yeah, normally I don't quite have so much left to have to do this with. So I think what I'll have to do the next time I get hand-dyed braids is pre-weigh them and make sure that they are more even. It could be that one was just, 10 grams difference or something. Well, not even that. Just a few grams in spun finely can leave quite a difference, can't it? And of course this had slubs in it, so that's going to have affected the weight. So I'm guessing I just didn't do it even, because I just split the braids. Did one on one bobbin and one on the other. If I've only got one bobbin of something that's being plied on itself, I'll do a chain ply instead. But I'm not switching from doing this 2-ply to a chain ply partway through, because it's just going to affect the way the yarn works, and I don't like that. Even though it's only for me, so it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm still fussy enough to need it to at least semi-resemble correctly done. I tried using an Ostepin and I couldn't quite get the hang of it. I think at the time when I was using it with a really slidey thread. I think it was silk I was using. And it just kept sliding all over the place. I think I need to try again with a less slidey thread and see how that works. Almost at the end of this. This is definitely a lot different. Break it. Well, I need to cut that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we have 2 ends. Let's pop that on there in a minute. Get it the right way round. That way round. And then try to join these 2 ends in. On the wrong hands. Want it that way round. This is a very grippy yarn, so it doesn't come off as well as I would like. What I'm going to do, separate it off a bit. Have that there. And see how that goes. Never worked with this amount before doing this. This is new to me. So normally I have a lot less. You made your own Nosapin? Nice. Do you wood turn, or did you make it another way? When I was selling Nosapins on my stall from another lady, I was selling on behalf of her. People kept mistaking it for a Scottish porridge stirrer, which was quite funny. Oops, dropped it. Never mind. Why are you catching? There we go. This is going well, isn't it? What are you catching on? There we go. So looking forward to this being done. It's been waiting since October to get finished. Then I can start on my neon fibre. Oh yeah, I have 42. Yeah, we should have time to do some spinning with my neon fibre. You made it with a dowel. Awesome. Oh, yes, please. Yes, do. I love it when you share your work. As I said before, I'm very nosy. So one thing I miss about giving up doing my craft group on Monday nights is that I don't get to see what people are working on so much. But I had to take a step back from doing things so I had time to work on my house stuff. So I don't go to my craft group now. I had a couple of lovely ladies who took it over for me, so it's still running. It's just not being done by me anymore. little tangle here. There we go. Definitely need to make sure I weigh things out more next time, because I've never had it be this different on the two bobbins before. Oh, I'm glad you don't mind me asking being nosy, because I am terribly nosy. Just gonna untwist this. I do prefer, when I'm doing lives with people, I prefer the lives where the person doing the live is very interactive with their viewers, because it feels like we're really chatting along and we're not just there to boost their ego or something, you know. This is great advice on how not to do this. Hiya, Happy! You walked in on a time where I should be teaching you not to do this. Fell into a little tangle. There we go. I'm flying up my yarn, and I normally work from 2 bobbins, but one bobbin ran out before the other, so I've had to middle feed the yarn, and it's just not playing ball. It's very twisty, but we're getting there. You been up to anything nice today, Happy? And problem with singles, there's a lot of bounce in them, and this particular yarn is very fluffy and clingy, so it keeps catching in on itself. There we go. Yeah, this has been waiting for me to do it get finished since October. I just had so much on, I just haven't had time to do it, so I'm working on getting it done. But it's being a little bit of a pain. I'm going to move over onto my neon and actually do some spinning instead of plying in a minute, which would be quite nice. And rest. There we go. Every time I get one untwisted, the other one twists up. Just messing with me at this point. Bobbin's definitely getting full. It's going to be another very full bobbin, so it's going to take so long to niddy noddy again. But I have one bobbin clear now, so 2 bobbins clear, so I can probably leave this one on here and get straight on with spinning. And then, yeah, it probably would have been easier if I'd left it on my hand. Normally, as I said, I don't have this much left over from one bobbin. So it works to just let it hang and it feeds itself off. But for some reason there was just so much left this time round that it's was a mistake to take it off my hand. But I'll learn that for next time. This is the thing, we all learn slowly but surely, innit? I think I'll make sure I weigh to try to get a more even split between the 2 bobbins for future use. If I'm buying 2 braids of the same. So I want to do my own hand dyed because I've already pre-weighed those fibres because I create the braids myself from one giant bundle. But when I buy it from someone else, I just assume that it's correct. And clearly it's not always exactly the same. It's still beautiful fibre and beautiful colours, but I need to realise not everyone is as anal as me about making sure everything weighs the same. Caught on my button. I honestly do know what I'm doing, I promise. I'm just messing it up today. It's one of those days, you know? It's like I pre-filmed some stuff for a tutorial that I'm doing and the content was so crappy, I now need to refilm it because it didn't do well for filming today. It's one of those days where you know you should have just stayed in bed. It's a good job I don't mind showing you, not that I mess things up, innit? I always look at it this way. If I mess something up on camera, I leave it in, because then someone else who messes up is less likely to panic, because they can see that it can be fixed. It doesn't matter. It's not the end of the world. That has now combined itself into a twist. There we go. We do that. It won't matter. Anyone who spins would know how badly I just messed up then, but I don't mind. Normally my plying goes way smoother. Have you had a good day today, Happy? Cheryl's day's just getting started, so... Love of God. Stop twisting around there. You're not allowed to go around that. Yes, I do talk to inanimate objects. I'm a bit weird like that. Oh no, have they got that awful bug that's been going around? That hit this house pretty hard. My kids are all adults now, but it still hurts pretty hard, that damn bug. Oh, thank you, Happy. Yeah, I do enjoy doing the wall shows because everyone's so lovely. I get to chat to so many different people. And just basically I get paid to chat crafts, and what more could you want other than stopping your thing going around your buttons. Yeah, my site needs some work. I've got to update stock and things on it, but otherwise it's not a bad site considering me and my husband do it. Yeah, exactly, Shell. Talking to things gets your thoughts out. God knows I need to get my thoughts out because there's so many in my head. Not all of them polite. Yeah, that sounds similar to what I had. It wasn't a cold, but I didn't. My heart was racing. My feet. I had a full-on fever and sweats and chills. I mean, my heart never went below 100 beats a minute for a week. I kept getting high heart rate notifications on my Apple Watch. And it took so long to get rid of it. Whereas my boys, they got over it pretty quickly. So I think it hits everybody differently. But it was really not good. Well, I hope they get over it soon, because that was horrid. Virtual hugs to all of you having to go through that, because it is not fun. But yeah, I know quite a few have had it around here, and it's amazing where you can pick it up from, because I mean, I don't go very far. I meet friends for crafts, and a board game group once a week. That's pretty much the only time I leave the house, and yet I've managed to get that bug 3 times since November. There we go, look, now we're at the end of that. Not a full disaster. There, we're done! The October yarn has plied, just several months late, but it is done. So I'm going to get that onto the shell, what's it called? I've forgotten again. Niddy Noddy. I'm going to get that onto the Niddy Noddy, and then we'll work on the neon fibre. Yeah, I got it before I did my wool show 14th and 15th of December last year, so I got it the week before that, and then I got better in time to do my wool show and do my wool, and then I got it again after that, Christmas Eve I got it, and that took me until the end of December to recover from, and then I got it again in January. And I'm just like, this is not on. Right, let's get this onto here again. Stand up to do this. Where did I put my end? There. I'm going to be so glad to see this done. I might actually manage to make something with it by October next year. Who knows? You can always tell when I'm getting tired and worn out, because things just start going haywire on me. I try to do the not so sensible method of things. But when it comes to spinning the fibre in a minute, it won't take so much to do, because I don't have a size in mind, so I'll just let the fibre go to how it wants, which should match the fibre I've already spun up of it. I already have a bunch of the white already pre-spun, because I had it left over from when I plied the other neon fibre. So I've had to roll that onto a prototype bobbin that Duncan had made for a customer, because I didn't have any bobbins to put on and I needed my bobbins. So I'll put that back onto a proper bobbin and finish spinning more white onto it, ready to ply it up with the neon when I'm done. This is the only bit I don't like about spinning, is getting it off of the bobbin and onto the Niddy Noddy. Especially as this Niddy Noddy is actually creates a loop bigger than the size I make all my skeins of yarn normally on my Swift. So once I've washed it, I reskein it on the Swift to get it to the size I want it for. If I'm selling them. If I'm keeping them for myself, I'll just make it into a cake. I store them in their hank skein form. I never know the difference between a hank and a skein. Is it hank when it's not twisted up and a skein when it is twisted? I'm not sure. Everyone uses it so interchangeably around here. I never really learn what the difference is. It's a bit like going on a random tangent last night with Duncan just when we were settling. I'm currently rereading The Maze Runner. And I was like, what's the difference between a maze and a labyrinth? And so I was Googling that this morning because I wanted to know the answer. Because I was always led to believe a maze had static walls and the labyrinth had moving walls. But it's not. A maze has moving walls as well as static walls. A labyrinth is one continuous path, just in a long winding way. So, learn something new every day. Yeah, I read them all before the movies came out. Then I watched the movies. And then I finished reading my last lot of books before payday. And I couldn't work out what to read. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to reread some older books. And as I've already reread The Hunger Games a few times, I thought I'd just reread The Maze Runner and Scorched Trials and... what's the other one blooming called? Oh, the other one's called now. But I forgot how much... it's not swearing because he uses other words, but it's basically swearing. Is in The Maze Runner. And it's not that I object to swearing or words that are being used in place of swearing. We're all adults, that don't bother me. It's just, it seems unnecessary in a good chunk of it. And I forgot how much of that was in it. So I'm not enjoying them as much as I did the first time round. But I'm still enjoying them. But I need to pick some new books to read. Yeah, that's the actual difference between a maze and a labyrinth, because a labyrinth doesn't have dead ends and multiple routes. It's actually one long path that leads to the centre. It's just done in a really long winding way. Which is fascinating, because I never knew. I do love mazes. When the boys were younger, I used to take my niece and nephews with us as well. We always used to go and do the mazes that are local to us. But they're all grown up now, and so they don't go anymore, which is a shame. I still enjoy them, but I feel a bit funny going when we don't have little kids anymore to do them with. I think the last one we did, I actually did while I was in a wheelchair, but I got around it pretty well. It was reasonably accessible. You should do a maze. They are really good fun. Around here, one of our local ones, they do a theme every year and then they put it up on the website so you know what you're going to get, but you don't get to see the maze, obviously, so that you don't pre-see the answers. And they always make such a good job of it that we've always enjoyed going. So I would definitely love to go again sometime. Let's snip that off. My boys probably aren't going to give me grandchildren anytime soon, so I'm not sure if or when I'll get to go again. But it's definitely something I recommend if you haven't been on one. I think most of them have little trial challenges and things as well, finding answers and quizzes and things, which we thoroughly enjoyed doing. And you get a little history lesson with it and things depending on the theme, which was always really good fun. Just tying this end. I'm going to tie it when I lost the end. There it is. watertight. Let me have a look. Question is, do I have a second tag in my drawer? I can't remember. Ooh, that'd be fun doing around the Lake District area. I bet there's some gorgeous ones around there. Here we have 2 or 3 in our area, but we always went back to the same one because it was always so good. And it had a lovely little picnic area, so we could do it once, picnic, and then do it again, which we used to thoroughly enjoy. Sorry if you can hear me rummaging through my drawer, I'm just trying to find a tag. And I do the tags. I'm guessing I kidnapped all the tags out of my drawer when I was doing the advent calendars. So we got some ribbon and we're just going to tie ribbon in it for now, and I'll get a tag later. As long as it's in there, it doesn't matter, does it? So that's the 2 we've got done today. And yeah, I'll probably do a scarf with them, a nice little chunky scarf or something. I don't know, we'll see. But I'll get them washed, all soaked and set, and get them out drying, and then I can, pop them up on Facebook and Discord when I got done. Planning your summer here, nice. I'm determined to get a blooming holiday at some point this year. I've only had, I don't even call it a holiday, but I've only had one holiday adjacent in my adult life. And I don't call it a holiday because as a mother, I spent the whole time taking care of the kids. So I didn't get a break because we were staying in in-laws, my brother-in-law's wife's parents' home over in La Manga. They got home over there because they're Spanish, and they let us stay in their home, and it was absolutely gorgeous, but it was literally on the beach and they don't like sand in the house, so I spent so much time making sure the children didn't traipse any sand in, and the place was kept spotless because it has to be like clean finger spotless, that I didn't get any break. So it's like, I want a holiday now my children are older, that I don't have to worry about them and I actually get a holiday. But my idea of a holiday is, you know, cabin in the woods, relax, do some crafting, watch a movie, listen to the sound, stare at the stars. We used to go stargazing when we lived in Plymouth, but we haven't been stargazing for many, many years. But, you know, something nice and relaxing. I don't like to do too much. I do like exploring, but I only have so much energy nowadays. Right, so we're going to move on and actually start spinning some of this, which is 100% merino, and the label will come off. Yeah, man, off we go. There we go. And as I said earlier, this is the same stuff that I'd already spun, but plied with a white yarn, which I will do again. So I'll spin this up and then apply it with a white hand spun yarn to get this colour. And then, throwing it around. Then I'll have 4 balls and hopefully I can do something really nice with it. So I should have about 400 grams. I am knocking all my stuff down here. This is why I have loads of little cuddlies and things. My boys buy me these things and then I just kind of turn them into mascots around the place. So I always start by splitting my fibre. I find I spin better if I split it. So get it untwisted. I don't worry about how evenly I split it. I just kind of look at it and work out a rough idea, you know. As long as it's roughly how I want it, I'm good. So I split it into 4. So we'll put that one to the side. We'll now split this one again, because it's still quite wide even from splitting it in 2. I also find this helps prevent the colours getting too muddy, because I've preserved some of the colourings on it. I know some people can just spin straight without splitting. I cannot. So I just split and then wind them up into little bits, and then I have a little bag that I hang on my spinning wheel, and I just pop them in there and I work from in there. The bag that I use is actually from Nintendo. You know when you can get platinum points for logging in and doing tasks on games? Well, this was one of the things I got with my platinum points, a free bag. And it's a really good bag. So I use it on my spinning wheel, and it just keeps all my fibre hung in the right place for me as I work. Just split this other one down. Yeah, exactly. I find splitting helps with drafting. I've got some spinning friends who never split. They can work straight from, but they can also work straight from the fleece without it carded or combed or anything like that, which I never can. I need it to be split so that I can work with it, and carded and topped and all that sort of stuff. Oh, nice, yeah. Those freebies are awesome, aren't they? People will say to me, it's not free, you have to pay for postage. It's like, postage is like $1.99, I can handle that. Where else can you get a decent bag for $1.99? But we've got, at one point, did you ever see, they had the little sports towels. Now about this little big. This little big, wow, that's some good English there. But you know, about this sort of size. And they're perfect for when we're on the VR, when we're doing exercise and you want, you know, wipe away the sweat and things. So they stay over with our VR system. I got one and Duncan got one. In fact, he has one of these bags as well. He traded in his points for one for using as a project bag. But we've got quite a few things over the years and they're just fabulous. Oh, that's good to know. I assumed it was postage per item. I didn't realise it was one lot of postage. I might save up instead of getting them in separates then. Oh, good to know. Thanks for the tip. Anything to save money. Right, are we all lined up? Where are we? There we go. Now we can get on with some actual spinning. Hooray! Yeah, these bags just hold it in perfect place for me, which I love. Tension's a little tight there. It's trying to pull it out of my hand. There we go. That's a bit better. I do definitely need to tighten this all up. I can feel a little yank every so often. You know, I've not actually got any of the little badges or pins. I really should. I just keep getting all the useful things like the bags and the towels and things. I'm trying to remember what else I've got over the years. I've got quite a few things, but I can't remember what they are now. But I don't think I've ever got any of the badges or pins. I'll have to have a look at them. Oh, yeah, I think I might just start saving them up then. It's like I've got a bunch of gold points waiting to be used as well, and I haven't used them yet. What I tend to do with my gold points, those I do save up, and every time they have a sale on, I get a bunch of the really cheap knockdown games, like all of the puzzle games and things. So I've got quite a few games for my Switch that I've got using my points. But yeah, I never thought to save up my platinum points. Which seems really obvious now, but apparently it wasn't because I'm an idiot. I'm looking forward to finally having this neon done so I can make something with it. I did have a plan for this neon, but it's taken me so long to spin it, I've actually forgotten what that plan was. So now I'm just going to have to think of something different to do with it. I might just do a cardigan with this as well. Not a big cardigan or anything, just kind of like a mandala vest type cardigan, maybe one of those circle mandala style ones. I haven't made one of them in, oh, I can't even remember the last time I made one, maybe 10 years ago? No, I've made one since I've had my YouTube channel, and that's only, what, 8 years old? So maybe 7 years ago I made one. It's so hard to remember. My memory sucks. This just spins up so pretty. Don't know how well you can see that on camera, but it is really so pretty. The neon rainbow style. Once I've got a bit more on the bobbin, I'll see if I can zoom in or anything for you to have a look. At least we managed to get some spinning done. What was it? 2 hours 23 minutes. So it took me 2 hours odd to finish that plying, which is ridiculous. It's never taken me that long to ply before. I'm definitely not on my full game at the moment. When was your workshop? Was you happy, wasn't it? Had a workshop you weren't too keen on doing. Have you done it yet? How was it? I'm sure it went absolutely fine and wasn't as bad as you thought it was going to be. It was, oh, I'm glad it went alright, and yeah, a treat is definitely all you need when you push yourself out of your comfort zone, because you kind of need a little pick you up after, don't you? But I'm glad it went alright for you. Knew you'd be able to knock that out. Some nice feedback and some ideas for next time. Ah, perfect. that's my kind of workshop, when you get some feedback and some ideas about for next time, while still being told you did well. I like that. Oh, really pleased it went well for you. Hopefully by the time I go live next week I would have got round to sorting out the music. We'll have some nice music in the background, but I need to get it sorted first. I need to get it all into a track and get the credits wrote out so that I can have them by default in the descriptions. Yeah, I've been streaming on YouTube almost since I started my channel, and it was very basic, not a lot going on, and Twitch is a whole different kettle of fish, and I'm learning so much these last few months of trying. I mean, there's just so much more to it. A friend of mine very graciously has lent me their Vision Mixer, so I'm able to set up scenes and things like I've got the cameras set up today, and now I can do it in OBS. In fact, OBS controls most of my scenes, but I can use the Vision Mixer to control the cameras, and when it wants to work, the mic. But it's still a learning process. None of the rest of my family stream, actually. Duncan does have a YouTube channel, my husband. He does have a YouTube channel, but it's got very little on it. He's very bad at actually filming or doing anything, but he's hoping to start doing more because he does his woodwork. He makes my crochet hooks for me. So he's hoping to start doing all of that. And we're probably going to stream some games together because we like doing some of the co-op games together. My eldest, he doesn't like being on camera. He does the Warhammer videos with me, but he's always off camera. He's just in a disembodied voice. But he's actually thinking of starting doing VTubing. So he's going to have a character and have a character on screen rather than himself, because he plays a lot of League of Legends, Destiny, Fortnite, all that sort of stuff. And he actually did 3D game animation at university, so he can create his own characters and things. So he's thinking of possibly starting up his own channel and streaming that, which would be quite nice. My middle son is not interested in computers at all. And my youngest, he does racing games. He again does have a YouTube channel, but he doesn't really put anything on it, and he doesn't stream any of it. So it's mainly just me. Yeah, we're thinking co-op streams would be quite nice, because everyone hears so much about Duncan, and on my craft channel, he's appeared a few times, but he's not really appeared on my Twitch at all, and so we think it'd be quite nice to be able to spend some time together while streaming some of the fun games. Yeah, exactly. If VTubing is definitely the way to go when you don't like cameras. See, I'm not bothered about my cameras being on simply because I do the wall shows. it's nice for people who are nervous, because I know how nervous I was, to kind of know what face they're looking for when they come and visit me at wall shows. And that's why I was always on camera for my craft channel. And so when I started my puzzle and game channel and my Twitch, it just seemed normal for me to do camera. Whereas my eldest never liked being on camera. When he was younger, he appeared a couple of times on my videos, but not much. And once he said he didn't want to be in them, that was it. He wasn't in them. He can do whatever he wants. It's his face and his body. So yeah, he's okay just being on voice for now, which I think is quite nice. And I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what VTuber he designs. Yeah, exactly, because I do meet a lot of my followers to come along to the wall shows, both from my Instagram and my YouTube and that. I've had some people travel quite far to come and see us, because the wall shows are fabulous, and why wouldn't you want to go visit a wall show when you're a crafty person? So it's been really nice to meet them. I actually had a surprise friend turn up at the Christmas wall show I did in December last year. I did my degree with the Open University, and so I had some online study buddies, and one of them, her and her husband, who we used to play Mario Karts with and Among Us with during lockdown, we'd all play online, keep ourselves company. They actually live quite far away, but the wall show for me was about 2 hours away, and the wall show was about 2 hours away for them. So without telling me, they actually turned up at the wall show, and I got to meet them in real life last December, and it was absolutely amazing, the best surprise ever. So I really do enjoy meeting people at the wall shows, because you never know who's going to turn up. I was quite surprised at the Birmingham one that some of the people from my local area turned up as well. They travelled all the way up there, which was really nice to see the support. And when I had my stuff in a shop down here, I had several people from YouTube. Hold on, sorry. Let's see if we can silence that. That would be my brother. Who, you can tell my family don't pay attention to any of my socials or things, otherwise they'd know I'd be live. He's probably checking in on dice sublimation order, but it's not here yet, it won't be here until tomorrow. I have a sublimation printer and some heat press and mug presses and things, and he comes over and uses them, so he just orders the stuff to come here. So he ordered a bunch of stuff yesterday when he was over doing it, but it's not due to arrive until tomorrow. I think we might have enough on here in a minute that I might be able to show you what it looks like. Don't know if I can zoom the camera in. Shall we have a go? It's going to be that one. Can I zoom it? Don't know. No. Okay, so I can't zoom in the big picture. So I will have to just lift it up. Can I lift the wheel without dropping it? Shall we see? Grab it there. Where do we go? That way. Can you... Ooh, I am not good at mirror movements. There we go. Can you see the colour a bit? The lighting's not great in here, I'm afraid. hopefully you can see the colour changes. I'll pop a picture up in the Discord and in, oh that was heavy, and in my Facebook page for you to have a look at. Right, let's get this back. Where was it? About there? Somewhere around there, wasn't it? I love any excuse to make neon stuff basically, so when I saw this, it's like I must have. Unfortunately the Threshing Barn, who I bought this from, have just closed down. Normally they were like one of the big sellers at the wall show. They were at like almost all the wall shows, had a massive stall and everybody went to them. But they've actually retired. So I'm going to have to make my own neon fibre. Which is not a problem because I literally dye neon yarns. But it's so much easier when someone else done it for me. I do have a bunch of neon fibre dyed up, but it's stock, so I'm not supposed to spin it for myself. That's the one thing, everyone thinks I just have access to all of this fibre and yarn. It's like, I really don't, because I have to sell it, otherwise I can't buy more stock from my customers. Just notice how much brighter the webcam is than the camcorder that I'm using for the down footage. I wonder if I've got some setting wrong on the camcorder one. I think I got it on auto, so maybe I need to change what it's on. I haven't got one of the black lights near me, otherwise I'd show you what it looks like under black light. But it is fabulous. Looks so good under black light. What time is it? 5:13. 15 minutes or so and then Duncan will be finished work, so I might have to stop the live then. But I might just go on a little break, because I think he's popping out to help our middle son with some work. If he is, I might keep going. I don't know. I'll see how I feel. I might switch from doing a craft one and end this live, go to a different one and do a game one. I don't know. Or I might just sit, put something on and craft silently on my own. Don't know how I feel. Don't know who's live today. Is Cold live? It's Thursday. Cold's normally live on a Thursday, isn't she? So I might come off and watch Cold. I think she's normally live on a Thursday evenings, I think, isn't it? Oh, it's so hard to remember. I have a terrible memory. As that other camera is so much lighter, I might try to switch them around for the next live and make the other one the bigger one. don't know, I'll have to see if I can. That one's set up differently. Either that or get my photography lights out to make this room brighter. That's the problem. The camcorder I use for my down camera is quite old at this point. It probably could do with being replaced, but they don't come cheap, so I try to work them to death. The last one I worked until it stopped having the ability to focus, and then that was it, I gave up and got a new one. That's what I've been trying to hold off on this one for. But if the lighting's not doing great, I might have to see about getting a new one. Yeah, I think I probably will have to stop soon because that shoulder's really starting to hurt. Why not at least get all the way back to the other end so that I've fully coated this bobbin there. What I might do is leave this, once I've done it, leave it until this time next week so that I can stream it again, unless I stream the weekend or something, and that way I can film and do this one live all the way from start to finish, including applying to the white, and then someone can see the full stain done. That might be quite nice. I don't know. See what people think. Yeah, the pain clinic taught me to stop and take a rest when the pain gets too much instead of ignoring it, which is what I used to do. So I'm getting better at looking after myself. I'm still a little stubborn, and I probably should stop now, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna stop when I get to the end there, or when Duncan comes downstairs, whichever comes first. I can rest for the rest of the evening, and I don't have much planned for tomorrow, just filming some more videos and editing, so I can probably rest pretty well tomorrow as well. I wonder if my youngest son's probably going to be back in college soon. Thinking at the time. I don't think my middle son's coming home. I think Duncan's meeting him somewhere to go and do the work that they need to do. My middle son's a mechanic, so he works full time during the day doing mechanics for someone else, and then in the evenings he does private work. So he doesn't come home till late most of the time. need to look who's on so I know who to raid into today. I should raid in most times, but I often forget to. But I managed to remember on Tuesday, so I'll try to remember to do it today. See if we can find someone to raid into. More hooks worth. See, what time are we at? 5:22. We might get to the end of the 2 hooks just when Duncan finishes work at this rate, so that would be perfectly timed. Fill up this one to around the same level, and then I will call it quits, I think. it's nice that you got to spin along with me. I'm looking forward to seeing what you're spinning off once it's in the Facebook group. And I can have a look at all. It sounds lovely. I mean, it's green and it's wool. I mean, what's not to like, really? Yeah, the noise of the spinning wheel often sends me to sleep. I kind of zone out. It's a very relaxing sound. I actually have videos where I'm no talking and I'm just spinning, and they're some of my most viewed videos. Let's see how we're doing. Yeah, so I think I'm going to call it quits there. So we've done quite well. We've got the baseline of the bobbin done. Got that much left of the first quarter. So I think now, can I get the camera to the correct one? Let me see. Yes. Got two ones titled webcam. I couldn't remember which one was which camera. But that has been really nice having people to chat to while I messed up my plying and then got some spinning done. Even if we only got spinning done for the last hour or so, at least we managed to get some done. So thank you all for coming, and thank you for the lurkers and the people chatting, because I thoroughly enjoy having you all along, and I just don't feel so lonely on my own. Going to have a look, see if we've got anyone I know that we can raid to. Don't know, let's have a look. Oh, we don't want to go to Ripley, that's not the same vibe. How about glass painting, alien art class, then might join in with some PS2 games. I say Mad Glitter Mum, who is a newbie. Is the mum of Mad World, who often joins her. She's live, so we go and give her a little raid. Looks like she's doing some glitter stuff here. So should we give her a little raid, because she's new, and we all need a little support when we're new. I mean, I'm still very new, so I think it's nice to support people who are the same as me. So let's start that. Hopefully I've got that done. So I will see you all soon. Thank you so much for coming along. You all take care. Bye.
okay to unplug your on-air sign?
Yes.